Well, hello, who's ever listening. Good to talk to you. I made a slight mistake in that I scheduled the Patreon episode to start a minute from now. And then I went and started it without remembering that I have to wait for the scheduled time to come. Otherwise, I have to edit it, and then it gets messy, and sometimes the key changes. So, Substack, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, you all just get a little bonus minute of me chatting with you while the music plays. Until I could just go in there and tell the patrons hellos. One of those little quirks of automated systems. I like using things that make things easier, but I've noticed there's cycles where things that make things easier suddenly start to make things harder again for various reasons, usually because humans are involved. But anyway, bacon does make everything better. All right, going in to set up the Patreon Live now. I hear myself saying that to myself, which means it's working. Give me the Start Live button. Why can't I? There we go. Thank you, Patreon. Okay. And now the editor's desk. No, it's not. It's time for us to be live everywhere. Yay. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Good to see you. Well, I don't see you all, but I see your chat names. So in that respect, I see you all. Hope the Canadians and Oosins had a good day off for either Family Day and or Washington's birthday and or President's Day and or day. It is Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, Tet, Solal, whatever you want to call it today. So some folks may be taking today off as well, in which case I hope you're having a good day off. It is, of course, the mailbag day, but because we had the holiday yesterday, I will also be doing some of the things I do on the Monday day as well. But let's start.
Tom's got mail.
With the mail. Since we had a holiday in the U.S. Monday, today's office hours will combine the mailbag and our Monday Tech Tournament update. Who is advancing to be named Best Tech Store? Tune in, stay tuned, and find out. All right, Andrew from Colorado, writing in response to the Friday Hangout. How many of you saw the Friday Hangout? If you haven't, go listen or watch it because I think it's pretty great. It's one of the better things we've done in the past several years. A bunch of us, Rob Dunwood, Ron Richards, Rich Stroffolino, Amos, Hammond, Andrew Heaton showed up. Jason Howell was there. We all just shared our podcasting tips with that Charlie dude. So go check it out. Go find it if you haven't already. Anyway, Andrew says the Friday Hangout was really informative, especially on lighting. For video meetings, I've had a light pointed at my eyes that always kind of bugged me. After listening to you all, I turned it toward the wall for diffusion, and I already like that better. I also ordered diffusion shields for the overhead lights in my office to hopefully remove the glare off my head. Hey, see? Changing lives already. Good stuff. Thank you, Andrew. Charles G., responding to that, said, Heaton was a pleasant surprise. It was fun that Heaton popped in the middle as sort of like, the crazy neighbor who barges in. Hey, everybody. So it was fun to have him, and I'm glad he was able to make it. Traffic kind of kept him from being there right on time, but it was really great that he joined. And then John, after seeing it, said, wow, now I'm trying to think of a great question or tech need to share. This was a great group to share some expert advice. I love this idea of convening the panel of experts for things that we are experts at. I would not want to convene the panel of experts to, I don't know, talk about lithography, because I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think any of us involved in that panel were lithography experts. And I can already hear somebody saying, yeah, but you could get some lithography experts on and that'd be really interesting. And you're not wrong. But I like the idea of taking our group of people, the folks who do these shows and associated shows and responding like the Avengers to assemble and help someone out. With that Charlie dude, it was setting up a video podcast, but there's all kinds of stuff we know. So yeah. Ryan would like us to get back together and talk about lunar mining. I'll check, but I'm fairly certain that none of us are experts in lunar mining. And that's it. That's all the mail. That's all the mail we got for the mailbag this week. So that leaves me time to just have a good old fashioned office hours. Oh, Ryan wants us to talk about lunar mining because we don't know anything about it. And that would be more fun. And Seamus reminds us, of course, to check up Pixel Core's Alex Lindsay because he does in-depth audio and video stuff that is like well beyond what we were talking about. We were doing the very basics. Yes, indeed. All right. So if you're new to the tech tournament, the idea is that we gather together nominees to determine the best in a category. We choose 16 of those, pit them in a tournament that you vote for over the course of a week, and then the winner of each head-to-head vote goes on to play the next winner. So, for example, Best Buy beat Tiger Direct in our tech tournament of best tech stores. Congratulations, Best Buy. They were the top seed, so that was not an upset. But Best Buy beat Tiger Direct. CompUSA upset Circuit City 51% to 49%, squeaking by, and now Best Buy will take on CompUSA. So goodbye, Circuit City. I did not expect Circuit City to leave in the first round, to be honest. I thought they would last at least one round. I wasn't sure if they would take Best Buy or not, but CompUSA by a nose. Then, of course, we get Newegg versus Computer City. Newegg smashes Computer City. Oh, hurt my heart. Computer City was a darling of mine. 82-18. So Newegg will go on to play ThinkGeek, which upended PC World 63-37. Fry's took out CDW 63-37. Radio Shack stomped on Computerland 92-8. The Apple Store sneaks past Egghead 51-49. And Micro Center, the beloved, takes out Babbage's 71-29. So here is the brackets now open for your voting at challonge.com. That's CHALLONGE. So like challenge, but with an O, challonge.com/DTNS Tech Store. DTNS Tech Store. It's DTNS, the tournament, and then the Tech Store tournament, DTNS Tech Store, challenge.com/DTNS Tech Store. And you can go vote. You do have to create a challenge account. That's a way to keep spammers away from ruining the votes. But here we go. We have Best Buy versus CompUSA, Newegg versus ThinkGeek, Fry's versus Radio Shack, a battle of departed titans. Well, I guess Radio Shack's not entirely departed, but pretty much. And Apple Store versus Micro Center. That is like Apple versus Windows, basically. So I don't know. What do y'all think? What are your predictions for round 2? I feel like Best Buy should take CompUSA, but I didn't think CompUSA had much of a shot against Circuit City either. So apparently CompUSA has a posse. ThinkGeek, I think might upset Newegg now that I'm seeing the wave, but Newegg had 82-18 over Computer City. You know what? I take it back. I think Newegg is properly seeded, and it will. We might end up with the semifinals that are the proper seeds. The first and fourth seed should meet in the semifinal the way this is constructed. So we might see Best Buy and Newegg. Fry's and Radio Shack. That's a toss-up. Radio Shack really bounced Computerland, but I think Computerland was less well known than CDW. I'm going to think the edge to Fry's. But man, KT Data is like, I'm rooting for ThinkGeek. Justice for Timmy. That's a toss-up, though. Then Apple Store versus Micro Center. I think I misjudged Apple Store's popularity when I gave them the third seed. I think that may have been a mistake. I'm calling it for Micro Center here. So I think we get a Micro Center Fry's, and then Best Buy Newegg. That would look like a normal basketball tournament where 3 of the top 4 seeds make it, but then you have an outlier. But man, if ThinkGeek can squeeze past Newegg, which is not impossible, we could have a couple more. Well, thank you, Zoe. Zoe thinks I would make a great sports commentator. It's one of the reasons I enjoy doing this, because it scratches that itch. I was the sports director for WPGU-FM in Champaign-Urbana back in 1989. So I did the sports updates. In fact, I was the sports guy on the morning show for just about a year until I took over as program director, and I couldn't be program director and still be on the morning show anymore. But I have done the sports coverage in my time. And when I was sports director, I actually went to cover high school basketball games. The high school basketball tournament took place in Champaign, so I went to the tournament. And I went to football games. I went and covered University of Illinois football on the road, got to sit in the press boxes and stuff. It was really fun. There's a little piece of me. Yes, please do send in sports questions for my Wednesday morning stream segment. That would be amazing. I would love to become the morning stream's sports correspondent. It'll just puzzle the heck out of Scott. Oh, right. Ambassador Domo says, don't forget FSL tonight for sports Dragon Sports Talk Radio. Anyway, Ryan says, I spent more of other people's money at Newegg than ThinkGeek, but I loved TG, ThinkGeek, and even applied to work there in 2008. Part of me is still in Fairfax, Virginia. Did my senior year of high school there. But yeah, I'm glad people had fun with the challenge. It seems like once everybody kind of wrapped their heads around it, it went well. Let me see. What was the number of votes, participants-wise? We had just about 100 votes on each one of these, so that's not bad. GPEG84 says, did you come up with an answer to my email about AI? I don't remember, honestly. I get so many emails, and I know you sent one, and I know I responded to it. I'm going to have to go back. How far away are we from AI legislation? Oh, I put this in the DTNS Live folder, GPEG, because I think it would make a good DTNS Live segment. So there we go. The tech tournament will usually be updated on Mondays. So please do go to challenge.com/DTNS Tech Store before Monday, unless we have a holiday. We don't have another holiday till the end of May. Memorial Day is the next holiday. So I may be gone on a Monday before then, and I will let you know when that happens. In fact, I will be gone on a Monday before then, but I might still do a stream. So that remains to be seen. But yes, most of the time we'll update this on Monday. And basically I'll do what I did today, unless we come up with a better way of doing it. But like an hour or so before I do the update stream, I will close the voting, which then opens the next round of voting. So once I submit the scores, it automatically populates. Here, I can actually show you. Just pretend you're not seeing too much here, okay? But look, when you open the Best Buy versus CompUSA, you'll see right now that Best Buy has 6 votes, CompUSA has 1 vote. That's not too much of a spoiler. You'll see the submit scores button down here. When I submit that score, whoever's leading, so in this case, if I submitted it right now, it'd be Best Buy, but I'm not saying it will be Best Buy. Way too early to tell. But if I press that submit score button, then Best Buy automatically gets put over here. And then when I do the same thing to Newegg and ThinkGeek, the next one gets put over here. And then that round then becomes open for voting. So I'll do that about an hour before I do the stream. And then we'll check in on Monday. I'm very excited that enough people are having fun with this, that it's worth doing. So I'm taking ideas for the next round after Tech Store. There've been some good ideas already, but I'm continuing to take ideas. Nick with the C predicting a Newegg versus Micro Center final, a fourth seed versus sixth seed. This is giving me great ideas to update for my website, d3challenge.com. Oh, yeah. Nice. All right. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Taj, over there in the other chat rooms, Patreon and Substack. If you ever wonder if you're in the podcast or the Patreon or the Substack chat rooms and you're like, Tom doesn't seem to pay as much attention to these, they are open in separate windows because StreamYard does not integrate them into my interface. Which is also why your chats don't stream onto the screen. So I do open them and I do look at them like I did just now, but I'm not getting them fed into the same river of stuff as YouTube and Twitch and LinkedIn. LinkedIn chats do go into here though. It's pretty good. Maybe that'll change at some point. I don't know. All right. That went faster than I thought. Yeah, I guess because we didn't have that many mailbags. So now we just got office hours until I quit to go watch figure skating before I do Cord Killers later today. That's my Tuesday. I will wrap this live stream up at some point, and then try to catch the Blade Angels. Those are the 3 U.S. Women's figure skaters that are competing in the solo events right now, and Eileen and I have always enjoyed watching the figure skating competitions at the Olympics, so I want to try to grab that if I can. But yeah, I can stick around for a little while and just chat. One thing I've been doing on the Monday office hours is cleaning up the shelf behind me. This does not mean throwing things away, especially because I've found almost everything I've put on this shelf I value in some way. That I'm not wanting to just toss it. But maybe it doesn't need to be up there behind me. It could go somewhere else. It could go on another bookshelf. It doesn't have to be on camera. So I've been cleaning up what's behind me there, and I think it would be great. So here's a tough one. I need your opinion on this one. This is a great example of a beloved thing. It is the Daily Tech News Show Colchester Little League team of 2023. All right. Daily Tech News Show sponsored a Little League team in 2023. They were the Rockhounds, but they were sponsored by DTNS. So they had some DTNS uniforms, and we had a banner up in the outfield and all of that. You saw it was just sitting kind of half covered back there. You couldn't really even see it. So I had it up there. So I put it up there in 2023 because I was proud of it, but I feel like I should just put it up on the wall now. And then it could be in a different shot here. I will add a different shot. I mean, not that I ever take this shot, but let's see. There. That's what I'm looking at right now. So it could just go over on the wall over there. See, I've got my DTNS Patreon plaque. I've got my How to Build a Website plaque. I've got an image from Brian over that Brian sent me that I treasure. So pre-show ritual, will you touch it when you walk in the studio? Oh, okay. So let me see. It's not, I guess I could put it right below. I could put it right below the Starry Night. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all, KT. Yeah, but you're okay with that. It's not. I feel bad taking it down from behind, but it's not. Again, it's not like I'm going to toss it. I'm just relocating it. It's the relocation. Keeps them in the room. Should be on a wall. Yeah. Okay. Right. Relocation. It's the relocation. Larry, I'm glad my office made you feel better. Well, that went so well. Now I want to do another one. That was easy. And I like the idea of, you know what? I could put it below the light switch. Pat it. Like at Liverpool FC. Yeah. Chairman Mao's Little Red Book. When Little Red Book, the social media was becoming popular as a replacement for TikTok, I had this handy just in case. Probably could just go back in my collection of interesting items. There's another one. Any nominations? If there's something you see behind me where you're like, nah. Do you need that? Do you need that back there? I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not. I know I keep asking you, and then I just keep coming up with stuff. But I think I found another one. This. I know it got real quiet. Sorry. This is a Le Sserafim CD box set for the Anti-Fragile album. Just put it in with the CDs. I've got a CD shelf right here. Anti-Fragile's been out for years. I got other Le Sserafim stuff up there. Anti-Fragile can go with the rest of the CDs now. And this allowed me to discover. Okay, maybe this was easier said than done. It doesn't fit on the shelf. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. But it made me realize that I have a high quality digital cable that I haven't been using. So I need to figure. That was just sitting over there on that shelf. All right, I'll fix that later. And then these guys go with that album, I think. And these guys are pictures of my dog. And now you can see them. Ray and Sawyer. Okay. Yeah, I ripped so many of my CDs, but these I bought more for the liner notes and book items and stuff like that. What's that with the word drive on the side? Ah, yes, this is a book next to, oh no, next to some bacon that Zoe gave me. Let's rearrange these guys. I can put the bacon more prominently. And then get the sunglasses back there. Yes, this is a sci-fi comic by Dave Kellett. I mean, that could just go on a bookshelf. There you go. Ryan has a piece of bacon like that also from Zoe. So does Nick with a C. So does W. Scottus 1. Oh yeah, the bacon's staying. Bacon's not going anywhere. That's going back up for sure. All right. This is so helpful. Let's get that Rich DeMuro book up here so you can see it better. Yeah. All right. That is fantastic. Very helpful. Any other questions? Any other chats we want to have? Oh, hey, James. Good to see you over there as well. Any other items of discussion? I actually went through all of my cables last week. Speaking of, I went through the cables that were in my bag from CES, the cables that were in a bag that I used to take to CES and Nerdtacular and places that I hadn't been using, and then my shelf, not shelf. In fact, I think I can show it if I'm clever. Okay, so you see that plastic thing of bins? That's full of cables. That's just all cables. And that was full of stuff. Like I had 25 micro USB cables. I kept two of those. So I went through and I got rid of cables that I know I'll never need again. I kept one of everything. I have an RS-232 cable in there. But I kept at least one, if not a couple of everything, just in case. And then whittled down all the old cables that I don't need anymore, reorganized so that all the audio stuff is together, all the video stuff is together, all the obsolete cables are together, all the orphaned power supplies are together, and then really consolidated. And it made a huge difference. I actually know where cables are now. I can get to them easily without having to dig through a bunch of irrelevant stuff. And I found out I had a few cables that I didn't remember I had. I have what was it again? It's a micro USB to USB-C cable. Don't know why, but I got it. So I know where to put this spare. I think what happened is I bought a new extension cord for my earphones, and it came in a pack of 2. And was still cheaper than buying it alone. And then I stuck the pack over there without thinking and forgot it was there. So now I'll just put the extra one and I'll know I have it and I know where it goes. Hi, Adam12. For plugging your MP3 player into your MacBook, obviously. That's why I need micro USB to USB-C. I don't know where I got that cable. What did it come with? It's one of those cables that very obviously came with something that had decided that's what it needed to, or I was plugged. It could have come with one of the VR headsets that I had, because those came back in the day, those first generation like Oculus Rift and HTC Vives. They came with crazy numbers of those kinds of weird cables to connect things. G. James B says somewhere I have an Apple 30-pin to USB-C cable. Wow. 30-pin to USB-C. I have a couple of 30-pin cables in there, but not that one. All right. I think that's going to wrap up the mailbag. But again, if you just have a random question, shoot it to the mailbag. You have an idea for a potential tech tournament, you can put it in the Discord tech tournament section. You can put it in the mailbag. It's all open season, and I will be back with you. Well, I will be back with you for Cord Killers in just about an hour and 15 minutes live. And then I will be back with you tomorrow for Daily Tech News Show with Sarah Lane on demand. And then I believe It's a Thing. Now I got to look through my whole schedule tomorrow. It's a Thing at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. And then back with DTNS Live with Shannon Morse on Thursday. So check all of that out on a stream near you. Again, thanks everybody for supporting the show. Thanks for hanging out live. It's a good crowd today. Tomorrow is Live With It as well. You're right, Larry. That isn't live, but a new Live With It comes out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that as well. Until then, everybody, have a good rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye.